This video is made for entertainment review and storytelling purposes only. All clips and images belong to their respective owners.
Welcome to the movie's park. In the opening scene of the movie, a mariner is traveling on the sea with his wife and two kids, Omar and Lion. He begins to narrate a story to the kids about a street thief, a princess, and a magical lamp. The kids ask that he sing since he tells stories better that way. And so he proceeds and takes us to the kingdom of Agrabah. We meet Aladdin in Agrabah's marketplace, who lives alone with his pet monkey, Abu, and survives by being sneaky and taking what he can get. He pawns a small item in order to obtain a bag of dates, but he gives it to a family in need of food more than he does. Elsewhere in the market, Princess Jasmine, disguised as a commoner, takes some food from a stand and gives it to small children. The shop owner attempts to punish Jasmine for it until Aladdin intervenes and uses Jasmine's bracelet as payment for the food. However, he swipes the bracelet back instantly and switches it out before the owner finds out. When the shop owner gets to know that, he sends the palace guards after them. Aladdin and Jasmine dash through the market, avoiding the guards and making their way to his hideout, where he has a great view of the city. Then the girl introduces herself as Dahlia. Aladdin tells her that he lives with his monkey, Abu, because his parents died when he was a child. He is by himself, observing her silky clothes and bracelet. Aladdin believes that this young lady is the princess's personal maid. Aladdin expresses a desire to leave his current position, while Jasmine also wishes for freedom. She tells Aladdin that she has to leave right now. As she walks away, she tells Aladdin to give her bracelet back. He says okay and starts looking for her bracelet. The girl knows he has the bracelet, but Aladdin is a thief, and he pretends to be looking for it. She leaves after calling Aladdin a thief. The film then shows the Sultan's vizier, Jafar, who desires the kingdom's throne. For this, he wants a magical lamp. This magical lamp is in a magical cave that only a human with a pure heart can enter. A person who helps the poor, a human being who is humble and kind. But he lacks such qualities. He is greedy, which is why he is looking for a human with all of these characteristics. Upon her return to the palace, Jasmine and her father, the Sultan, meet Prince Anders of Scanland, a potential suitor for Jasmine. She scares him off with her pet tiger, Raja. Meanwhile, Jafar, who is the Sultan's vizier, wants to convince him to use their armies to invade the kingdom of Sherabad, which is where Jasmine's mother is from. But the Sultan comes in anger, and he doesn't obey him. Jafar has a magical staff, and he can hypnotize anyone with this. Like this, he hypnotizes the Sultan so that he can obey him. But it doesn't work after Jasmine comes in, and the Sultan tells Jafar to stay in his place. She tells her father that she aspires to be the Sultan of the kingdom. She does not want someone chosen to marry her, because she is more interested in ruling the kingdom and changing Agrabah so that she can help people. However, a lady cannot be Sultan. That's why he refuses. Being sad, the princess goes to her room. Not long after, Iago, who is a parrot of Jafar, draws attention to Aladdin coming into the palace to return the bracelet of the princess. Now Jafar sees how secretly Aladdin goes to the room of the princess. He comes to know this is the boy who will work for him. Aladdin sneaks past the guards to return Jasmine's bracelet, still believing she is a handmaiden, while her best friend and fellow handmaiden, Dahlia, is the true princess. Jasmine has to send Aladdin away, but he promises to return the next night so that he can meet the princess again. However, while he is returning, Jafar and the royal guards catch him. Then they take him to a desert. Jafar believes he is the gem whom he was looking for. He informs Aladdin that the girl he was considering as a maid is a princess, and if he wants to own the princess, he must become wealthy. He asks him to go to the magical cave for him to bring the magical lamp. In return for this, he will give him a lot of money. Now, to impress the princess, Aladdin gets ready to go there. In the evening, Jafar brings Aladdin and Abu to the Cave of Wonders to retrieve a magical lamp. But Jafar warns Aladdin not to touch anything but the lamp. He tries to enter the cave safely. He goes inside. As he enters, he notices that there are many diamonds and jewels everywhere. But he doesn't touch anything, because Jafar warns him not to touch anything except the lamp. The rule is if you touch anything, the spirits of the cave will become enraged and try to kill you. As he advances, he notices a magical carpet stuck beneath a massive stone. He assists the carpet. It becomes joyful. Sure enough, the lamp is at the top of a rocky hill. Aladdin climbs to reach it. Meanwhile, Aladdin picks up that magical lamp. but Abu has touched a pole there. That's why the magical spirits of the cave come in anger. The cave then attempts to trap Aladdin and Abu there, as it starts to crumble and turn to lava around them. The magical carpet then helps Aladdin and Abu reach the exit. Jafar was waiting for them. As he sees them, instead of saying thank you or taking them out, he tells him to give him the magical lamp first. Because Aladdin was in trouble, he immediately gave him the magical lamp. When he asks for Jafar's help, he attempts to kill Aladdin, causing them to fall as he holds the lamp. But Abu attacks Jafar before he and Aladdin become trapped in the cave. Jafar believes he has won. When he searches for the magical lamp, he couldn't find it, at which point he screams in rage. Aladdin and Abu are stuck in the cave, but Abu tells Aladdin that while attacking Jafar, it snatched the lamp from him. Aladdin then tries to find a way out. He wonders what the big deal over the lamp was, until he rubs it and summons a great blue powerful genie. It had been imprisoned in that lamp for many years, and it tells Aladdin that if he says his wish after saying, "I wish," his wish will be fulfilled. On it, Aladdin requests that it take him out of the cave. Genie immediately removes them with the help of his magic. When they come out, Aladdin asks Genie what's his wish. He claims that his greatest desire is to become human. Aladdin says, "Don't worry, I have 3 wishes, and in the last, I will wish that you become human." Genie says, "Excuse me, you have only 2 wishes." Aladdin says that he hasn't rubbed the lamp in the first wish, so it will not be counted. Genie says, "Okay, then tell me your first wish." Aladdin says that his first wish is to make him a prince, so that he can go to the princess with a marriage proposal. Genie does the same. He makes him a prince and turns Abu into an elephant to carry him, and then assembles a whole entourage for the new prince, Prince Ali of Agrabah. Aladdin, Genie, and the magically conjured entourage arrive in Agrabah. The Sultan allows them to enter the palace, and Aladdin is taken to meet Jasmine, who does not recognize him as the prince. Aladdin was not a real prince, so he didn't know what to talk about, but no one doubted it, because the genie used his magic. When he tries to make an offer for Jasmine's hand, she takes offense, as Aladdin is making it seem like she is a prize to be won, and he just embarrasses himself. Later at a party, Aladdin attempts to woo Jasmine once more with Genie's assistance, this time by using his powers to make Aladdin dance well. Aladdin tries to impress the princess by dancing, but she is not impressed at all, and she leaves without saying anything. But Aladdin doesn't give up on her. Genie tells Aladdin to just be himself, but he thinks he needs to do something bigger. Genie tells him to go to her room and talk to her about something. He uses Genie as a distraction, since he and Dahlia have eyes for one another, and Aladdin uses a flying carpet to get him to Jasmine's room. Then the princess has a little doubt about Aladdin, but the genie helps him out. Aladdin shows Jasmine the magic carpet and says the words, "Do you trust me?" which he told her when they first met. She agrees to join him, and then Aladdin takes her for a ride. Jasmine thinks that maybe she has already met him somewhere, but Aladdin lies to her again. He says that yes, she met him once, but he was living as a poor person because he wanted to know about the struggle the poor have to go through. They have a really good time together. The next morning, an eager Aladdin tries to visit Jasmine, but he is caught by Jafar and the guards again. Jafar knows who Prince Ali really is and wants to prove that he has the lamp by pushing him off a ledge into the ocean to see if Genie will help him survive. When they throw him out, Abu and the carpet see this and rush to bring Aladdin the lamp. Abu throws the lamp into the ocean, but Aladdin goes unconscious. Luckily, his hand touches the lamp, and Genie comes out of it. After Genie comes out, he uses Aladdin's second wish to save his life. After reviving him, Aladdin and Jasmine go to the Sultan. He tells the Sultan that Jafar is a traitor. Then Jafar comes there and tries to hypnotize the Sultan with his magical staff. When Aladdin notices Jafar using his staff to control the Sultan, he swipes and smashes it to show the Sultan who Jafar truly is. He imprisons Jafar for his crimes, but at night, Iago obtains the keys and frees him. On the other hand, the Sultan thanks Aladdin for saving their kingdom and announces that Aladdin and the princess will marry. Aladdin tells Genie that if he wants to stay with Jasmine, he must break his promise to turn him into a human and use his third wish to keep the Prince Ali ruse going. Because if he wants to marry the princess, he will have to act like the prince all the time in front of the Sultan, and he can't do it without Genie. But Genie says no, don't do it. How long will you hide behind the lies you're telling them? Hurt, Genie retreats into his lamp. Later, while Aladdin is walking through the streets, a disguised Jafar steals the lamp from him and becomes the new master of Genie. While Aladdin is back at his house, he begins to reflect on what Genie had told him, and he realizes that Genie was correct. I should tell them the truth. Then he changes his decision and is thinking of telling the truth to everyone. But then he realizes that he does not have the lamp. After becoming the new master of Genie, Jafar goes to the palace throne room. For his first wish, he uses Genie to become sultan in front of everyone. He even gets the sultan's loyal captain of the guards, Hakim, to turn on him as he is meant to serve the sultan. The captain starts to bow before Jafar and calls him the sultan. Jasmine then tries to persuade him that he should not serve a man who is always thinking about himself. Hakim becomes aware of the situation and refuses to listen to Jafar. Jafar gets so angry at them and uses his second wish. Then he asks Genie to make him the most powerful sorcerer. Genie has to do it, so he makes him the most powerful sorcerer. Then Jafar imprisons all the guards. Aladdin arrives and attempts to steal the lamp, but is unsuccessful. As a result, Jafar informs everyone that Aladdin is not a prince, but rather a regular human being. And as a punishment, he sends him to the ends of the earth. He then forces Jasmine to marry him, or else he will kill her father and Dahlia. Jasmine reluctantly agrees but refuses to be diminished. As a result, speechless, Aladdin wakes up in an area covered in ice and snow. He spots Abu trapped in a crevice and goes to rescue him, and Genie sends the carpet to rescue them. The next day, they return to Agrabah, where Jasmine is about to marry Jafar. When she sees Aladdin coming on his carpet, she is so happy to see him that she tricks Jafar and takes the lamp from him. Then she jumps onto the carpet. Angry, Jafar uses his powers to transform Iago into a monstrous bird to pursue them, and Iago steals Aladdin's lamp. However, the Sultan pushes the magical staff out of Jafar's hand, and Iago transforms back into a normal parrot once again. Abu takes the lamp from him, but then Jafar uses his magic again and gets them. And Aladdin says that no matter how powerful you become, you will never be more powerful than the genie. But greedy Jafar decides to use his third wish to become the most powerful as Genie. Genie grants him the wish, and Jafar tries to use his new power to attack Sherabad. Then Aladdin tells him, since you are a genie now, you have to stay in your lamp. And now, you can only come out of your lamp when you find your owner. Foolish Jafar gets imprisoned inside the lamp. Genie then tosses the lamp all the way back to the Cave of Wonders. Agrabah gets freed from Jafar's magic. Although Genie is prepared to return to the lamp after Aladdin's last wish, Aladdin surprises him by actually wishing for Genie's freedom. This transforms Genie into a human and allows him to use his powers for good. He hugs Aladdin and then offers to sail around the world with Dahlia, who is later revealed to be his wife after he becomes the mariner. Aladdin and Abu start to leave the city, and the Sultan tells Jasmine that he thinks she is ready to rule, so he passes on the title to her so that she can be free to rule and marry who she wants. She runs into the city to catch Aladdin. Aladdin and Jasmine later marry, while Genie and Dahlia are by their side. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to The Movies Park.
This video is made for entertainment review and storytelling purposes only. All clips and images belong to their respective owners.